time like now.
All right, everybody. A fun little mixer here for Monday Morning Chase Break. We have a 2025 Super Break Pieces of the Past 9-year collection hobby case 5-spot box break number 2. Let's see who is in our break. All right. Jason J has 2 spots. Kai has a spot. Larry M and Steve S. So, Michael, have you ripped a lot of this?
No, not yet.
None?
Not the newest one. I think I've ripped.
Oh well,
maybe
then
I think I've ripped maybe a case.
being the co-host of the Nerd Out stream, Michael, I feel like I need to give you the honors of the first rip here.
All right.
So go get him. Go get him. How about a little box
Do
one?
you when do you do the randoming? Do you do it at the end or do you do it at the beginning?
We do it at the. This is a
It's random box.
box, so we'll do it now. Okay, we can do. I was thinking hit. Yep.
Okay.
Good call. All right, let's show them.
Try to keep you on your toes.
No. I was thinking box or hit. All right, let's do it 5 times. It's Monday morning. 5. 2 on top, 4 on the bottom. And the names. So it's more than 2. 5 times. And 5 Jason J on the top and Steve S on the bottom. I'm just going to put them numerically, not changing anything else. Jason J with 1 and 2, Larry M 3, Steve S 4, and Kai K with 5. All right, wheel spins are open as well. Okay.
All right.
All right, go get him, my friend. Everybody gets a box.
Everyone gets
There's
their own
9
box.
cards in a box.
Right.
So 45 cards total.
Yep.
How many bad guys do you think will be in the 45 cards, Michael? Like certifiable, no doubt bad guys.
Certifiable.
Like you know.
Yeah. Well, let's see. 9-year edition. Never know. I'm gonna play that. Maybe 5.
5 bad, like no doubt, no brainer, first round pick bad guys.
Yeah.
All right.
You never know.
All right. You want to open the first box there?
Sure. This is for.
This first box is for Jason J.
Good luck, Jason.
J's got 1 and 2.
Good luck,
5
Jason.
bad guys. All right.
Yeah, why not? It's worth a shot.
I think what we should do is once we get a bad guy, we'll bet on whether the next guy will be
Worse.
We'll play the blind rank the bad guys. How about that?
Oh man.
Good guys is no fun. I feel like bad guys is one relic per pack. Okay.
All right.
Look at that.
Where's the camera? Ah, there it is.
It's funny how you move over just a little bit, right?
Just moving. There's only 1 in here. Okay. Calvin Coolidge.
Calvin Coolidge. Boring.
Very boring president.
Yes.
Didn't really do a lot.
Yep. Well, sometimes that's for the better.
Sometimes
right?
that works out.
Yep. Sometimes that's for the better. All right, let me go get some.
I ran into one guy in university who thought he was Coolidge was the greatest president ever because he was so unremarkable.
Wow. Okay.
As in saying it was just a very stable time. Florence Nightingale.
Florence Nightingale. Nurse, right?
I believe so. That sounds right. Yeah,
Florence Nightingale.
I'm gonna go with that.
All right, let's.
Yeah, not much happened during Calvin Coolidge's
Calvin
time.
Coolidge. What number president was he? Do you know?
Oh,
I
I
don't
should
know.
know. It was early 20th century, so it
30?
was. Might have been 30.
That sound about right?
Yeah, I'll go with that. Like, I'm probably wrong on that, but it's like, yeah, Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson.
I think he was what, 3?
Did you know what number president Thomas Jefferson was?
Number 3.
Okay. All right. If we get stumped on something, Michael, Isabella's here
Oh,
is our
please.
resident history expert.
That's all I got.
That's all you got.
Was Abraham Lincoln 16?
Yes. Do you know
Yep.
what he wrote? Thomas Jefferson.
Nope.
Okay, great. Thank you, Isabella.
When did he write?
Declaration of Independence.
Oh.
We got Thomas Jefferson again.
Okay. So these are all. This is like a newspaper article or something from.
Oh, yeah, it's like a newspaper article or something. Like, it's something that he supposedly handled.
Yep. Okay.
That's what it's.
Do you think they'll be top loaders to you 100 years from now? A Michael handled top loader.
It will depend on
The course of your career.
the course of my
Okay,
career.
If you do anything regrettable.
If I do anything regrettable or very
Remarkable.
notable.
Here you go.
Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison. There we go. Thomas Edison. What did he invent, Isabella?
The light bulb.
There- Okay. All right. Good job.
Good guy or bad guy?
Is he known bad guy? If
He's known good guy, but secretly bad guy.
Okay.
Like, it's one of those, like,
We'll put
well,
him on the board.
he's.
all right. Let's see if we can get worse than.
I'd say
Thomas Edison.
gray. I'd say
Gray
gray.
area.
He's gray area
Okay.
because
That's reasonable.
depends who you talk to.
Okay. How many more here for Jason?
I
About one.
want to
Four
say,
more?
yeah,
4 more. All right.
Aaron Burr.
Bad guy.
Well, yeah, he did.
He did shoot.
he did shoot Alexander Hamilton,
right?
who
I
was
mean, bad
Secretary of the
guy.
Treasury.
I suppose. All right.
But it was a duel.
If
It was
you're
a,
in
it was a duel.
and you both agree to it, are you a bad guy?
Probably not. I mean, they did have to cross the river to make it legal.
Sure.
So
I
they
love
had to
that
go.
it was legal somewhere.
They had to like go across the river. They couldn't do it in
Are you a
D.C.
bad guy if you shoot and kill somebody in a mutually agreed to duel? I think no.
Well, it's an agreed to duel, so I guess no.
Okay.
No on that.
right.
Probably.
All right, but worse than Thomas Edison.
Yeah.
Okay,
Uh,
3 to go. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on that one. I don't know if he's a bad guy or not.
it was. I think they crossed the river into Virginia, and it was
hilarious.
perfectly fine. James Monroe.
Okay, James Monroe, 5th president, right? Or 4th? Jefferson, Monroe, Quincy Adams, 4th.
John Quincy Adams was later. He was
Monroe's 4th? Right after Jefferson, right?
maybe.
Can you
Yeah.
look it up,
That yeah, Monroe. I'm not 100. I don't remember the first couple.
James Monroe. Just the list of presidents. The
It
Monroe
gets
Doctrine.
the Monroe Doctrine. Yeah, that was no European power. Basically, European powers stay out of
Out of the Western Hemisphere.
out of the
right?
Western Hemisphere.
Yep.
This is our.
Monroe was 5th.
5th. Who was 4th?
James Madison.
Madison.
Okay.
Madison and Monroe. Okay.
Yeah, the Monroe Doctrine. So people still kind of invoke that a little bit to this
Yes,
day,
Yep.
where they're like, no. Like, it kind of got revived during the Cold War.
Sure.
Paul Revere.
Okay. Good guy, Paul Revere.
Sound the alarm.
Yep. All right, Paul Revere. There we go. 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. Have you ever been to Boston?
Yes.
North Church. You ever go to the North Church? Old North Church.
Church. Yeah, I've been there.
Took the bell from. All right, last one. Pack number 1.
We have Alexander Hamilton.
Okay.
If you asked him, Alexander Burr, very bad guy.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. Aaron Burr would be a terrible human. Better shot though.
He's much better shot.
Okay, quicker draw.
Quick. He's definitely a better shot with
Hamilton.
a pistol.
All right, that's box number 1 for Jason. Box number 2 is for him as well.
All right. See, the thing is, why you picked pistols is you had a better chance of both of you living
Okay.
for dueling
Rather than a shotgun.
rather than the sword.
Oh, the sword. I wouldn't even get into a duel with a sword. You got 1 shot each, right?
Yep. And
Jason
usually,
J2, Larry M is going to be box 3.
and it was with smooth bore, so like it wasn't exactly the most accurate.
Sure. Oh, there were no grooves in it to help.
Yeah, no real rifling.
Good shot.
Rifling. So,
Good shot by Aaron.
and you also had a lot of the duels would be like basically you just showing up, you won. So like they would usually just a lot of people would just fire off into the air, or if the first person fired and missed, the other person would just.
But not those two.
No, those two aimed for it. If you ask Nikola Tesla, or Thomas Edison would be bad guy.
Yes, Nikola Tesla. He's finally getting his love.
Yep.
Statue to him in Niagara Falls.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't even know that was Nikola Tesla for the longest time.
Right, kind of crazy.
And I knew, and I'm like, no, they're like, oh, is this the first mayor? I'm like, no, that's Nikola
The
Tesla.
first mayor. That's great. All right.
Yeah, they had a statue to him on Goat Island for the longest time. I think they put it back because they moved it.
Yep. All right, Jason. Spot number 2.
John Taylor.
Oh, do you know the crazy stat about John Tyler?
No.
He has a grandson who's still alive today.
Oh, that's right. He is the one that
Grandson.
he has a grandson that's.
A grandson, Michael.
Yeah.
That's insane. He was born, I think, in 1792. And he
Yeah,
had a
he
son
he
at
was.
like 80,
Yeah, he had a son at 80, and that
son at like 80, and that son is like 90.
he's still alive.
So your grandfather was born in 1792.
And
I'm not even that old, Isabella.
What?
You weren't listening. Thanks.
You didn't go to school with the guy?
No. Listen,
He-
you're not that much younger than me, my friend.
No, I am not. Martin Luther King Jr.
Okay, there we go.
This looks like it's a possibly newspaper article.
Okay. About halfway through here.
Yep.
Pack number 2. Box number 2 for Jason.
Benjamin Franklin,
All right. Good guy.
good guy. He wrote a book on how to have a mistress.
Okay.
Uh,
That's not great.
And he suggested older women.
Okay.
And they did find under his house in London a bunch of bodies.
Oh.
But they think they're much older than him.
Okay. Well, that's a relief. I would be bummed
So
if Ben Franklin.
if Ben Franklin turned out to be
terrible guy.
like
yeah,
he's a
like
mass murderer,
really bad guy.
he's just a serial killer.
That'd
and
be tough.
That would suck. But apparently he was a good guy, but also very just liked to party,
Okay.
which you wouldn't think of by looking at pictures of him. Because he looks like the kindly old grandfather.
Yep.
Ralph Waldo
Emerson. Oh, awesome.
All right.
I would argue bad guy because his poetry bored me in high school.
Bad guy to many high school students.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Worst guy on the list so far there, Michael. I think we found our villain. Ralph Waldo Emerson. I'm sorry. I'm just not a poetry guy. Doesn't make it
It's
wrong.
rough.
Just not my thing.
Or sometimes the teachers will try to read way more into it than that's actually
True.
there. You're like,
Who do we got here?
Elizabeth Candy
Or Cody Stanton?
or Caddy Stanton,
Right?
Elizabeth Stanton. Looks like some of her own handwriting on here.
That's cool. Isn't she voting rights? I feel like she was one of the first. Do you know
Maybe.
how Elizabeth Cody Stanton.
Because I know Susan B. Anthony was,
Yeah,
but
I think
Elizabeth-
Cody Stanton.
She was one of the.
Writer and activist. Women's rights
okay.
One of the people that did the.
in Johnstown, New York.
Hmm.
Yeah.
All right. 1 more, 2 more, 3 more.
3 more.
It was the convention.
Oh yeah. The one in Seneca Falls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, fun. John Quincy Adams.
Okay, sure. Tough picture for John.
Yeah. He tried to rock the mutton chops. Didn't.
Yeah, looking rough.
He looks rough. Arguably one of the smartest men, if not the smartest man in the country when he was president.
Okay.
And Andrew Jackson, part of his campaign was saying that this man is too smart to be president. He is not like you. I am like you.
Okay, I can respect that. That's funny. All right, 2 more here to go.
Andrew Jackson.
Okay, well, there we go.
Well,
Okay, well, he probably defeats Ralph Waldo Emerson.
yeah, I feel he kind of is in the lead.
Okay, let's move along.
Yeah.
Okay. Last
Read up on that
card
one.
here for you, Jason. Thanks for buying a couple spots in this break. Appreciate you.
Although the funny thing is, somebody tried to assassinate him, and it misfired. So he got off his horse and started beating the man with his cane.
Oh, here we go, Tricky Dick.
Tricky Dick. We got Richard Nixon. I am not a crook.
There you go. Not as bad as Andrew Jackson.
He also had the famous checkers defense.
Yes.
Where he got asked something very important question, and then he just went on a story about a dog. And then it just completely.
I think I'm going to do that from now on when I'm in trouble with Jody. start talking about the dog.
Yeah, you just started talking about a dog that
Yeah.
just completely derailed the whole thing, and
I
nobody
kinda dig that.
did a follow-up question or anything. It was just like, oh, okay.
Oh, please, who said that?
Too hungover to be on camera.
Not at all. Not at all. Do I seem hungover to you, Michael?
No more than usual.
No more than usual. Right, thank you. All right, spot 3. Just click on the
Spot 3 is for
Larry. We're recording the chase today, Eric. All right, Larry.
Good luck, Larry.
We don't usually sleeve the top load in here. That's why.
Oh yeah, you guys usually do the bigger merchandise.
Yep.
Or memorabilia, I should say.
Correct, Amundo. All right, Larry. Spot 3.
Get some good relics for Larry. My muscle memory's no good because my camera is
I know.
slightly more
Not funny.
to the right. So like,
Take it for granted.
we got a dual relic for Cornelius Vanderbilt.
Okay, I've
Looks
always
like,
argued that he looks like he has really bad body odor.
probably.
Yeah, he's dirty. Cornelius Vanderbilt, nice.
Yeah, looks like they're part of like this one's definitely part of like a stock, and then this one looks like it's also part of a stock because
Okay.
very, very, very rich man.
Sure was.
Was one of the
University still named after
yeah.
him.
Later in his life, got very into philanthropy because he wanted to be remembered better.
Okay.
Walt Whitman.
Oh no, another bad guy. Not
More,
not,
you
not in on Walt Whitman.
you don't like poetry at all.
No, I'm out on poetry. I'm sorry. Sorry, might be a hot
But
take. But
he has a great beard, but
great beard. Boring. Sorry.
too boring for you.
Sorry for me. 17-year-old me was out on Walt Whitman. That makes me a bad person, and so be it.
So be it. Barack Obama.
Okay.
Looks like this is part of like a letterhead.
Kind of funny that it's a W, considering that he went right after George W. Bush.
George W. Bush,
Right?
yeah.
All right. That's the by far the youngest person in the.
So far he's been the youngest person we've
He's the only
pulled.
one still alive, right?
Yeah. Richard Nixon, I believe, died in the 90s.
Yeah, he's not with us.
George Washington,
Not with us.
he is definitely not with us anymore.
Not with us at all. Okay, Hobo. So, no, I don't hate everything literary. I'm just not a poetry person. I think that's
Nothing
okay.
wrong with that.
I think that's okay. I don't.
Poetry is
think
very subjective,
I don't
so
think that's offensive. Like, I don't think you have to like poetry.
Benjamin Franklin, dual relic here. He did a lot of publishing and a lot of writing.
Yep, and a lot of drinking
And a lot of drinking.
in Paris. He hung out in Paris for
He
years,
did.
right?
And in London.
Quote, unquote, negotiating.
Negotiating.
Yeah.
Got George Washington, little dual relic here. The man who did not want to be president,
No.
but they were like, guess what? You're doing it anyway.
He was the only guy for the job, right?
And
then
then
he gave up power.
he gave up, and they wanted him to just do a third term. They basically wanted him to just stay in there until he died. He's like, no, I'm done. He's like, I'm leaving.
He wanted to go home.
Abraham Lincoln.
I've heard of him. Plugger.
You've heard of him?
Plugger.
Nice little handwriting here. And a word we cannot say.
Oh. Indeed. Okay. Interesting choice.
I was not expecting that to be
Interesting
the...
choice for them to include it.
But it's
Okay, it's history.
relevant, and it's
Okay.
history, especially with him.
Okay.
Thomas Edison.
All right.
Again, got a little bit of handwriting here. It looks like a ledger from, looks like 19...
Think he was stealing from Nikola Tesla?
No, maybe.
Good morning, Megai. How are you? Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining in. The basketball mixer did not sell out, so Michael has been generous enough to come in here, hang out with me, and do some history breaks.
Abraham Lincoln.
There we go. That is the last spot of
Yes,
box.
for this box.
box 3.
For Larry, correct? Yes.
All right.
Now, the next one is for Steve.
All right, Steve. You're up. 2 boxes to go. 2 spots left.
Good luck, Steve. Don't know if there's anything crazy in here, but it just kind of feels a little heavier.
Okay.
So,
One of the packs.
yeah.
Cool. I wonder if this is a case hit.
Never know. Ulysses S. Grant.
All right. Grant.
The funny thing is, his middle name, I forget what his
Yeah, it
original
meant
middle name
nothing.
was. It meant nothing, and
Right.
because they miswrote his name
I saw that.
on the thing, and they were like, it's like, this is wrong. Like,
Rolled with it.
it's just like, all right, you just go with
Sounds
it.
good.
And it just kind of stayed ever since.
I respect it. Quite a few hobo. I think Anthony's all right with it. It was, conference tourney. I think he's trying to justify it in his head.
John Marshall?
John Marshall playing, right?
No, that was much later.
No, who's this?
I forget what he did.
Okay. I don't know
With
this First one, I don't know.
because you want to jump to Marshall Plan, but it's not because
That
he
was after
is.
World War II.
Yeah, that was right after World War II. Him, I am not 100% sure.
Okay. Well,
That would be a Isabella would have
yeah,
to know.
Isabella. John Marshall. From like 1700 something.
Alexander Hamilton, founder of the Treasury, on your $10
That
bill.
guy. Jurist and United States Secretary of State.
Ah, okay.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's right, Eric. I don't know if you necessarily want to win the conference tournaments. Who's this?
Clara Barton.
Clara Barton, founder of the Red Cross.
Ah, yes.
What, Isabella?
He's a founding father.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right, we haven't gotten to the heavy pack yet, right?
No. Got Martin Van Buren.
Okay.
He was he had wild hair. He was, if I'm not mistaken, he was the founder of what is the Democratic Party.
Okay.
In the 1800s, it's gone through multiple changes since, but he was one of the founders
Shout
of
out
that.
Martin, nice hair. Short king. There you go. Thank you, Isabella.
We got Vanderbilt.
Cornelius again.
Cornelius again, definitely a much younger
Take a
rendition of him.
Yeah, he looked rough in his old age.
His old age was not kind.
All right, where's our heavy pack?
I think it's here at the end.
Wasn't it? Oh,
Yeah,
I heard it dropped. Definitely.
yeah. Samuel Adams.
Okay.
You can have a beer.
He's buried right across from a bar in Boston
Oh,
where
nice.
they serve Sam Adams. You can literally
seems
look at his
appropriate.
gravestone while having Sam Adams.
Well, this one's a little heavier too, so we'll see.
Oh,
Got a 6 out of 50. You have Hans Wilsefort. This is too shiny. Enzo Ferrari.
okay. Oh, car dealers?
We got Bugatti and we got Tiffany
Sweet.
from the Jewelers.
Yeah.
And Hans Whistledorf.
Okay.
So I don't know what he did. I want to say something with brewing,
Little quad patch.
but a nice little quad patch here.
That works.
Big Titans of Industry.
Titans of industry. What are you a titan of, Michael?
Yet to be determined.
Okay. Isabella, what are you a titan of?
What do you mean?
What?
We got a real.
Like, what do you mean?
Oh, Rosa Parks.
Yes, we have Rosa Parks on a. It shows you what this came from,
Rosa Parks.
and
Jewel?
and then there's also a jewel, blue topaz,
Okay.
little blue topaz here, and part of the document you can see it on the back, which
Sweet.
has her signature. That
Rosa
is really
Parks.
cool.
That's super cool. That was a good spot. That was a good spot. Spot 4.
It's a good spot.
Box number 4. All right, last one. Who's that last one?
Believe Kai. KYE.
Okay. Yeah, Kai.
Kai.
K.
Yeah, that's what
All
I
right,
thought.
Kai.
Kai K.
Let's close it out.
And now I just noticed that there's an outline.
Okay.
Wish I had noticed that earlier.
It's okay. You did great.
Got John Hancock,
Mm-hmm.
who was so frustrated that he wrote his signature super big, and now it's
Very passive aggressive.
yes, very passive aggressive towards Skate. He's like, oh, he's gonna know I signed this, rather than just like, oh, signature signs. He's
Sounds
like,
like something
you
I-
will know.
Something I-
And still to this day is considered like shorthand for like, oh, put your signature here.
You're John Hancock. I respect you.
What are you? Authentic piece. Warner Harding?
Warren G. Harding.
Warden G. Harding.
Okay.
Wow.
That's cool.
The card itself feels like it's canvas, and you got some handwriting here.
All right, Warren.
That is pretty sweet.
More famous than the rapper Warren G, you think?
I would think. I would
So-
hope. I can hope, but I.
Isabella, who's a more famous Warren? Warren G. Harding or Warren G? The one that did the collab with Snoop Dogg.
I don't know either.
Oh my God.
Martin Van Buren.
Regulators. No.
Nice little handwriting sample there from Martin Van Buren.
Harding, one of the presidents of all time. Well, sure.
Was the president.
I guess he does qualify as being president.
William McKinley. Or
Okay.
McKinley.
Didn't enjoy his time in Buffalo.
Did not enjoy his time in Buffalo.
No.
Didn't end well for him.
No, sure didn't. Right on Delaware Ave.
Yeah.
Tough.
And ironically, by shooting him, they got somebody who was even more
Yes.
for government
Yep.
intervention.
Careful what you wish for. It might come true, right?
Because it was an anarchist that shot him.
Yep.
So and then they got Roosevelt.
Yep.
They got Teddy Roosevelt, who was very like, wait, is there anything saying I can't do this?
Sure.
And they're like, no. He's like, all right, I'm making national parks.
I like it.
Donald
Oh,
Trump.
There we go. Our second living person, right?
Yes, that is our
Senator
second
Obama.
living.
Okay. I'm assuming that's from term number 1.
Yes, that would be my assumption.
Okay.
It's from term number 1. He is now the second president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms.
That's right.
So
Cleveland.
Grover Cleveland's claim to fame is now
Yeah,
out the
Grover
window.
Cleveland's gotta be mad.
So that was the only thing that really made him unique to children in history class.
Yeah, I couldn't drag Elena in for this one.
Calvin Coolidge,
Okay.
who is famous for not being famous.
That's true. I could not drag Elena in for this one.
Donald and Melania Trump.
Oh, okay. All right.
Unexpected dual relic there.
Yes, absolutely. Mr. and Mrs. card.
Mr. and Mrs. card.
Okay. There we go. Mr. and Mrs.
The only other one of those I've seen was Lincoln and Mary Todd Lincoln.
Okay.
So
all right. Could be some fun ones in there.
Florence Nightingale.
All right. And the last card.
And last card.
And. Okay.
Andrew Johnson. The man who took over for
Lincoln.
Lincoln when he
Yep.
was shot.
No, there you go.
The weird thing is, it's Andrew Johnson, and then for Kennedy, it was
Lyndon Johnson.
Lyndon Johnson.
That's weird. A lot of coincidence.
Yeah.
1860, 19. Yep. They're both
A
born in 1860.
little weird, but history's weird like that sometimes.
Totally right. Florence Nightingale's the Red Cross? No, that's Clara Barton.
Right, that's Clara Barton. Florence Nightingale,
Nursing.
I believe nursing.
Right. I don't know exactly quite what. All right, Michael. Thank you so much. Appreciate
You're welcome.
all your wisdom and knowledge.
Anytime.
Everybody can see where can everybody see you today?
Yes, you can find me on Twitch and YouTube from 11 to 3 on Nerd Out.
Sweet. All right. Thank you. Did anybody do a wheel spin? I don't see one. I do not. Good morning, Brennan. Do not see a wheel spin. Yeah, I get them confused as well. I don't quite know what Florence Nightingale's claim to fame was other than being a famous nurse. All right, I'm going to